Hello, everybody. It's Raincloud, and this is Always Sometimes Monsters by Vagabond Dog. And let me read something here. They made a letter, an open letter to GLAAD, GLAAD, the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation. Dear GLAAD, my name is Justin Amirkhani. I'm pretty sure I mispronounced that, and I'm one of the founders at Vagabond Dog, a video game development company. I recently read your statement criticizing Nintendo's decision not to include same-sex relationships in Tomodachi Life. While I wholeheartedly agree with your organization's cause and would like to see more games offer the sort of inclusion and choice that appeal to everyone, I'm saddened that when I went to your website and looked at your extensive list of GLAAD awards, I did not see a category for video games. Your website states, the GLAAD Media Awards recognize and honor media for their fair, accurate, and inclusive representations of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community and the issues that affect their lives. Wouldn't it be great to honor and recognize outstanding examples in video games who strive for inclusion rather than weigh in on the issues in a public manner for negative reasons instead of positive ones? I noticed that in addition to extensive categories for GLAAD awards in film and television, there's even a category for comic books. It's true that video games are a relatively recent form of entertainment when compared to films, comic books, and television, but given that multiple generations have now grown up with video games as their main source of entertainment on their computers, consoles, and new mobile phones, isn't it time to dedicate an award for the dozens of games that come out each year that do recognize fair, accurate, and inclusive representations of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community? Vagabond Dog's game Always Sometimes Monsters is a game about player choice. Its core premise is that we as humans struggle daily with moral and ethical situations and are, like it or not, frequently imperfect. The game allows the player freedom of choice in the goal of finding your one true love that got away, and importantly, the game lets you design your character to be whatever you want before you start playing the game, race, gender, and sexual orientation. From a purely technical standpoint, offering this sort of freedom to players is not a simple task. It requires significant foresight, additional time, and resources, all in addition to a desire to make it happen. Speaking as a developer who has built a game from the ground up with this sort of freedom in mind, allow me to clarify that the sort of options GLAAD wants to see in games do not come easily. However, if organizations outside of the video game industry like GLAAD were to recognize the achievements of progressive games the same way our own industry frequently does, the choice for inclusion would be easier for many developers. We are not the first to include these choices. There are countless other games that have gone unrecognized for their inclusion over the years, games that have sold millions upon millions of copies. We and other developers, I'm sure, think it would be great for respectful, powerful organizations such as GLAAD. Oh my god, I can't speak tonight. To finally organize the positivity in the video game industry. I'm happy to discuss this further with you at any time. Thank you very much for taking the time to read this. Respectfully yours, Justin at Vagabond Dog. And you know what? I think he's right. I do believe that it's really hard to add a gay option in video games. I do believe that it is it's not as easy as some people think. It is quite difficult. I'm sure, in a technical standpoint, even though we as gamers would like that included, and I guess by gamers I mean us that are of the LGBT community. And this game is not perfect. By the way, I'm playing Always Sometimes Monsters, which my brother worked on, and he is one of the artists in the game. And I will point out, I think his art and he, yeah. So anyways, I'm rambling now. The game option, this game gives you the option to be of your whatever race you want, sexual orientation, and gender. Now, it doesn't really depict transgender as much as it's a binary male female, and giving a character a backstory kind of defeats the purpose of of freedom, of player choice, of what you of that freedom to be what you want to be. Because once you set something in stone, it's really hard to differentiate that from what the player wants. Which is why some games don't give you a backstory, and other times it's because it's really hard to add in a non-binary sexual um, gender, I guess, for those that associate themselves as transgender, or gender fluid. It's really hard. I do believe that it's hard. It's an issue that we can't tackle easily. It doesn't come easy to tackle. So this game, in at least that aspect of giving you the choice to be it gives you the choice of your sexual preference. You can just go around and like in this scene, you can choose who you want your lover to be, and you've got I think a 50-50 split, male or female. And I'm not so sure about the race though. It's kind of, I don't know. It's set to either, because I think there's only like one black guy that you get to choose. Although there are varied races, I guess. But yes, I'm only showing as much as I am willing to talk on mic, by the way. So this isn't the actual game, the entirety of the game, because I'm not about to do that. If you guys want to go play Always Sometimes Monsters, please go do so. It's on Steam. It's quite a good game, though it will take you a bit of time to learn the mechanics, or at least the controls, because it's not that intuitive. It really isn't. That's its only drawback. I wish it had come with a manual to at least tell me what buttons did what, and I'm pretty sure there is a manual. I just haven't seen it. I just downloaded it, and as soon as it got installed, I just turned it on and didn't even fucking look back. So as player choice, it's good. This I think this is one of the few games that does open GLBT characters well, because it's not giving you a set character with a set background as opposed to like games like Mass Effect, which you do have somebody. You have somebody that's set, their storyline is set in stone. You may choose it in the beginning of the game, and it, you can expand upon it, but it's still a game that is based on a lore that is already written. It's yours to do with what you will, and I think that's awesome, really. I don't know much about other games as much as like maybe Fallout, Mass Effect 2, and this game really, because I just started playing it, and I don't know. It still feels like there isn't really much of a bisexual, a GLBT representation in video games that is fair, balanced. Oh my god, that sounded like Fox News. that is fair, without it being condescending. Because we in the LGBT community are not stereotypes, and we don't like ourselves represented as stereotypes. I had a problem with one of the books that I read a while ago. I think it was called like The Lost Symbol, where the antagonist was a bisexual male who, in his infinite wisdom, or not necessarily infinite wisdom, in his road to self-discovery, he learned that he just had to take down the Illuminati. But because of his sexual preference, it makes him Dan Brown spends a lot of time talking about how he discovered himself, and the shit that he does is really repulsive, all in the name of bringing down the Illuminati. But really, he's just sadistic. He's a fucking sadistic fuck. and the book implies that his sadism comes from his sexuality, which it's total fucking bullshit. And that was one of my issues with that book. Other games that have gay characters, that when they don't do a stereotype, which I've heard stuff about Persona 4, when they don't make the characters themselves stereotypes, they don't make them playable. I don't think any of the characters in Grand Theft Auto 4 are the playable ones, which I don't know much about Liberty City Stories. I think you do become a different character. You get to not choose, but you get to play as somebody else, not necessarily Nico Bellic. Although I may be wrong. And on Grand Theft Auto 5, one of the characters, which I guess you get to choose between 3. One of the characters is either bisexual or gay, and he's really ruthless. He's sadistic. He's again, I haven't played it, so I don't know. Although I will be playing it. From what I've heard, he is sadistic. He's bipolar basically. So he's got a really mean temper, and it seems like he's not really portrayed that great. So yeah. As far as this game goes, Always Sometimes Monsters, it's okay. It's great in that it tries to include the LGBT community in being part of the story, in being a playable character. So there's that. I hope I didn't bore you guys, and this game is not, I don't know, it's not made for high-end PCs. It's basically made for anyone to play. If you don't have a high-end PC or a gaming PC, you can play it. It's not that extensive. No, it's not that demanding. There we go. It's not that demanding on your hardware. It really isn't. So you can pick it up if you've got a crappy computer. If you're running Windows XP still on your computer, you've got only like 2 gigs of memory, a really crappy graphics card. You can play this game. So please do. I will be leaving a link to the game website. If you guys want to go check it out, please do. My brother did work on it, and I think he did a marvelous job. Although being my brother, I do have to be biased. So I hope you guys like the video. I didn't make a Monday video. I was dead tired, and there's that. So I didn't make a Monday video. I got to play Smite, but I wasn't in the mood to record any of my sessions. So there's that. I also didn't have anything to talk about. I was basically thinking about this video and how I was gonna make it, what I was gonna do, and well, I have it made. So this is what made me not make a Monday video, basically. So there's that. I'd like to thank the new subscribers that I got. I'd like to welcome them. Please take a look at my other videos if you would like to, please, and do share, like, and comment. I would like to talk to you guys as much as I really can. But yes, Rain Cloud is gone.